Another interesting variation that I would like to show off on the spotlight effect here is from this simple variation on to a slightly more complicated. And what I would like to do is run the animation. And as you can see, when I click, it fades away. The garlic is focused upon it. The whole cropping is in a circular shape and it moves across. And then I label it saying it's garlic. Then I click, all that vanishes, and now the capsicum zooms out, moves away so that the focus is there and the labeling happens. Then same fades away, onion zooms out and moves a little on the right hand side with the onion labeling coming in. And then I click again, the tomato pops up and zooms out, moves to the left bottom with the tomato labeling coming in. Now this is a very interesting piece from that very simple one, but the moment you put in the various animation sequences that one can bring in, for example, I have added the motion path here, and then I have added callouts here, and then it becomes a complete wholesome animation content which can be driven along with a lot of audio that we want to bring in. Now, of course, to bring this into effect, what I had done was actually picked out these images from here. So let me duplicate this slide. This is the earlier animation sequence that of the fade in and fade out that I had built. What I had done was I had picked this particular image out and gone to the format compress picture option, and there I had said apply only to this picture but delete cropped areas of pictures. Okay, and so this I did one by one to each of the images so that each of the image has got cropped out and the ones which we do not want, and hence it becomes an individual picture on its own. Now, having done that, I would then select these pictures and go to picture layout option, and here I can convert into whatever type of cropping format I want. I may want a hexagonal cropping. I may want a circular cropping. I may want a squarish, rectangle-ish. I could get another circle from here. So you could use any of these options to crop out and create a nice looking. So if I do this, then I can add the text which is the labeling right here, and I don't need the call out. So having done this particular way of working, so suppose I show you the hexagonal way, and I just move this out, and therefore you see all the pictures have been put together, and I use the convert to shape option here, and then I right click and group and ungroup option. And therefore now I have these 4 pictures available to me cropped out in this manner, and the rest I can just delete from here. Now I could size these pictures the way I want and therefore increase their size so that they become equivalent in their size and shape. And then accordingly, depending on whether I want to zoom out effect, I want to bring it to a lesser effect, I could then create it accordingly. So ideally I should either have it equisize or more than what exists, and then I could then put it over each other and bring in the animation effect of zoom and motion path, etc., etc. I could further format it and bring out to say I don't need an outline, but I may want a shadow, and then therefore I may want a drop down of the shadow effect. I just may want a very slight gray border here so that it gives a very faint boundary kind of an effect, and I could bring down the weight to very, very minimal so that it just gives a very faint effect. And so you could play around with this as you want. So this is how you can mix and match various effects and get out this final effect that I just showed you. Just please keep working on it and come out with your own innovation, your own interpretation of how you want to present the content.